Welcome to the Autosport International Karting Challenge. Now this is a great event. We've got 20 teams and a number of drivers. Some faces you might know, they'll be racing for fun, but also for some great causes.
A 3-hour race that we'll have here at the temporary circuit that's been set up at Hall 4 of the NEC. A great crowd has been gathered as well for this fabulous event that's been running since 1994. All of the drivers in identical karts, all powered by the Honda GX160 engine. And a very close race, as always, it will be. Let's hear from the founder of this event. He's raised lots of money over the years running this event. Of course, it's Johnny Herbert.
Johnny, great to see you. Now, this is really the highlight of the weekend, isn't it, tonight? Tell us what's happening.
It's the highlight of the year, I think. No, it's this, yeah, it's a good thing. It's the Johnny Herbert Challenge. I haven't done this sort of karting event for quite a few years now, since I did my last one, obviously. But it's good this year. Obviously, sadly, with Dan Wheldon losing him last year in America, it's still with the Alzheimer's Society, which is what Dan supported before his accident. So it's good to have the memory of Dan, but it's also again with a good cause as well, because I know his mother suffers with Alzheimer's as well. So there's a double link, which is great.
Now, as ever, you've attracted a lot of drivers here tonight, and a few familiar faces as well, apart from yourself, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's nice. It's nice that Emanuele Pirro, multiple Le Mans winners, flown over from Italy just to be here. And we've even got a very well-known motorsport driver, is in Robbie Savage, and he's even turned up as well. So it's nice that we've got a nice variation as well. We've got a couple of girls racing at the same time who've done my events in the past, and then we've got a lot of youngsters at the same time. We've got Sam Michael and his crew from McLaren turning up. So it's just a very nice mixture. But it's just good to have all these smiley faces out there before we race.
Now, how much money are you looking to try and raise?
Well, I think we're always looking at that sort of 20, 30 plus. I think that's something that we're trying to do. I know we've obviously got the online auction as well. Mark Webber has put his helmet on. I think it was from Japan, if I remember correctly, but that's online at the moment. I think there's a couple of suits on there as well. So, yeah, so all those, I think I've got a suit I'm going to give as well, which is going to go online. So all those little things will add up. But I think at the moment we're around that 30 mark already, and then hopefully we can sort of add to that. So, if we can get around that 40, 45 mark, I think that would be absolutely brilliant.
So the karts and the drivers are on the grid. The Union flag is about to be dropped. We're about to get the race underway. John Lancaster for BAM Promotions on pole position. Gets a good start. Slotting in behind him is World Touring Car champion Rob Huff. Everybody safely through the first corner, and it looks as though it's Matthias Bruton, one of our Belgian drivers, that's managed to slide his way through into third position. You can see them all starting to get into nose-to-tail format now, keeping it nice and tidy in what is, of course, a very long race indeed. The top three, however, just starting to break away a little bit now. John Lancaster, who we've seen racing in MotoGP and World Series by Renault, starting to pull away. He's bringing with him both Rob Hoff and Matthias Bruton in the early stages of this one, getting very close side-by-side action further down through the order. Plenty of teams to watch out for. Just going through there is number one, Johnny Herbert, who is at the wheel of the Hermes Hero entered kart for the first section of this race. Of course, mandatory pit stops, driver changes as well. And as Rob Huff looks as though he's managed to barge his way through and has grasped the lead of the race, it looks as though Matthias Bruton is trying to squeeze his way through as well, and therefore John Lancaster, kart number 18, is now down into third position. So it is Rob Huff that is looking to try and get the break now, with that number 13 Team Stilo kart working very hard indeed. You can see this quartet of karts battling for what in reality is 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th places at the moment, and at the lead of that little quartet is number 14, the Cardiff University entered machine. So Rob Huff still in the lead of the race. There's no shaking off these two karts behind though, the first of which is number 19, the BRKC entered team in the hands of Matthias Bruton at the moment, and then also John Lancaster racing for BAM Promotions. This trio have really broken away from those behind who are still having their own battles. So another lap being completed, all of the karts, as we say, identically matched, all of them lapping there or thereabouts within a split second of each other. 28.5 seconds is a very good lap around this temporary circuit here at the NEC. And at the moment, it's Rob Huff that is leading them all. Matthias Gruten still there in second place and just falling away a shade now. Away from those front two is John Lancaster. He's lost a little bit of time over the course of these last couple of laps, but is still within touching distance of the front two and is trying, you can see how hard he's working to try and close that gap again as we go side by side for the lead of the race. And we may well have a change for the lead here. Rob Huff looks one way, looks the other, and eventually it's the kart that was trying to grasp the lead of the race, number 19, Matthias Gruten, that drops from second down to third just as he was trying to take the lead. Round through the right-hander again, John Lancaster looking for the lead of the race again once more. He led early on as the flag flew, and he looks as though he's going to go side by side here with Rob Huff, and has the inside line as they turn their way through the right-hander, with three abreast almost for the lead of the race. A little bit of contact between them all, which is bouncing off each other. No harm done, however, and therefore it is John Lancaster that has managed to stick out his elbows and really take the lead of the race once more. Titanic battle though, however, watch out for the kart in fourth position. He's now managed to break away from that pack that he was battling with earlier on, and it is the Team McLaren entered kart, number 6 in the hands of Oliver Turvey, that is now trying to close in on this lead trio as they head round through the left and right flicks at the chicane once more, onto yet another lap here. You can see that the Dijon is very much at a premium here at the NEC. As they turn their way once more round and through up towards the hairpin. Ollie Turvey is going very well indeed. He's working his way up onto the coattails of these three ahead. You can see that in the pits there, the Kart Force team, the disabled servicemen, are all trying to work out where they can gain a little bit of extra time because they started down towards the tail end of the field on the grid and have got a lot of work to do. The lead quartet still continuing, however. You can see further down through the field, just coming through shot there, number 16, that is the backpack team, which at the moment has Michael Wheldon behind the wheel. He's fighting away though with Johnny Herbert at the moment. Johnny Herbert giving him plenty to think about. So Johnny, who set up this karting challenge back in 1994, and in fact some of the other drivers we've got in the field have been stalwarts of this karting challenge and supported it year on year on year. We'll hear and talk about a few of those a little bit later on. Johnny Herbert working very hard though at the moment. He's inside the top 10, going very well indeed. Driver who of course cut his teeth in karting and then went on to have that fabulous Grand Prix career that spanned 11 years, had 3 Grand Prix wins, of course, had that Le Mans win as well with Mazda, and the fact that he's also raced, let's not forget, a few years ago, the British Touring Car Championship, amongst other things. A very diverse and very, very talented driver. Oliver Turvey just going through shot there. He's still working hard, trying to get himself inside the top 3 at the moment. It's this battle that we've been talking about, which is the backpack team, number 16 of Michael Wheldon, still fighting away with the team patron of Herbie's Heroes this weekend, kart number 1, Johnny Herbert. No opportunity for him to squeeze his way through. It's a very tight, twisty and narrow circuit as well. All of the karts evenly matched, also driven by Club 100, John Vigor and the team, helping to put on this event. As we say, that's all in memory of Dan Wheldon and raising money for the Alzheimer's Society. There's also an auction that's going on with some memorabilia, the likes of Mark Webber, who also supported this event, donating a helmet towards it, and as we heard from Johnny Herbert, they're hoping to raise somewhere between £40,000 and £45,000 as a result of this fabulous event. And Johnny Herbert at the moment is trying to hoist himself up and ahead of the kart ahead of him. The running order at the moment is that the number 18 kart BAM Promotions and John Lancaster leads overall. In second position is the BRKC team, which is being piloted at the moment by Matthias Gruten. Yellow flags out at the moment, it's knitted somewhere on the circuit. In third position is where we see Team Stilo. That's still Rob Huff, the reigning World Touring Car Champion. There he is, just heading down in the Chevrolet overalls now. He's still got Oliver Turvey in fourth position, sitting right behind him. And fifth place, not too far away, is the Trackstar team, number 7, with Ryan Lindsay behind the wheel. That's the top 6 at the moment. As for Kart Force, number 15, those disabled servicemen, some of whom are not just single amputees, double amputees, going very well indeed. They've climbed from 20th position, very last place on the grid, up to 16th, and they're going very well indeed. And hopefully there'll be some further progress as well for them throughout this 3-hour race, because former racing driver and former Stig, Ben Collins, is leading their team this weekend. Number 15 kart, for Kart Force currently has Mark Allen, a double amputee, behind the steering wheel. You can see the kart has had some adaptation done to it. Let's hear from team leader Ben Collins.
The team I'm driving for is Kart Force, which is a pretty unusual, we've got a very unusual go-kart because it's been heavily modified to accommodate the injured soldiers that we've got driving in it. And they're doing a fantastic job. So, so far so good. Hopefully we'll be in the running towards the end for a good result. so that the amputees can drive them. They've got all the controls on the steering wheel, which I just got used to, and they're doing an amazing job. So I think in the first stint, one of the barges went past Rob Huff, so not bad. His first ever race in a go-kart, and he was overtaking a world champion. So they're really holding up well, racing against a load of professional drivers that we got on this, this always very strongly contested event. So really proud to be joining them.
Great to hear from Ben Collins, and fabulous to see the team so competitive. The battle still there for 6th and 7th, raging. Michael Wheldon trying to keep at bay the advances of Johnny Herbert, who gets very close to him coming round through the right hand and makes a gap for himself there, and it looks as though up to 6th position has come Johnny Herbert. The action still continuing. Join us in a few moments after a break.
Coolest street machines on the road today, and
welcome back to the Autosport International Karting Challenge, and we've got John Lancaster still in the lead of the race at the moment. Kart number 18, the BAM Promotions kart that is working its way through some slightly slower traffic, putting a lap on a couple of karts in the process. He's fighting away with number 12 at the moment, which is the Acoria cross-entered car of Ollie Milroy, the driver who's been racing not just in British GTs but in the long-pack endurance series over the last couple of years. And John Lancaster needs to get a bit of a hurry up here because he's losing time trying to put a lap on Ollie Milroy. And now, right behind him, is kart number 19, running in 2nd position, the British rental karting team. And Matthias Bruton's still on board at the moment. Not quite a full team of Belgians in the British rental karting team. We do have one British driver, Bradley Philpott, who is joining the rest of his Belgian colleagues this weekend. Most of them experts at indoor karting, and it's clearly showing at the moment. Right behind the BAM Promotions entered kart number 18 of John Lancaster once more. Back markers really aiding Matthias Bruton to close up onto the tail end of him. You can see further back markers may well come into play soon as well. It looked as though the next of the karts are going to have to squeeze their way through, as there goes Rob Huff. He's running in 3rd position at the moment. And still there in 4th place, but just a little bit further back is where we see the number 6 entered machine of Team McLaren and Oliver Turvey. So the pit stop starting to get underway. Rob Huff from 3rd position comes into the pits. It's all getting rather busy down there. A great crowd assembled, great support for this event in aid of Dan Wheldon, and the Wheldon family have a kart entered as well. Let's hear from Joe Wheldon.
Joe, good to see you here. I mean, the Wheldon family must be pretty impressed by the turnout tonight.
Oh, we're just so thankful for everybody that's come. It's been a long time in preparation getting the event put on today, and to have so many people here, an event in Dan's memory, it's just amazing for us. We're so proud, so thank you everybody.
Will you be out there yourself tonight?
No, I've driven here and I'll drive home. That's where my driving for the day. The rest of the family are racing. But I've raced with them on I've been in a kart once with them, and that was enough. So no, I'm not going to try.
What does this mean to the family, really, to sort of see this, do you think?
It's just incredibly special to us all. It's been something we're very proud of, and to keep Daniel's memory alive in a way that really honours him. He would love this kind of thing. He loved all of the karting, so it's very special to us.
And the Wheldon Lionhearts team going well at the moment. Kart number 10 in 10th position. Well, the battle for 3rd and 4th place is absolutely raging. Here comes number 6, Oliver Turvey. Right behind him is Scott Mulvern. He's driving the number 20, the celebrity entered kart. They started at the very tail end of the grid and have worked their way well and truly up through the order. Yellow flags flying just for the moment to allow some subtle adjustment to the barriers, putting them just back into place. And as the green flag flies again once more, Scott Mulvern will try and latch himself onto the tail of that kart ahead. Let's hear from reigning world touring car champion. He's out with us this weekend, Rob Huff.
Rob, you just jumped out of the car. How was the start for you?
Yeah, it was alright. I was quite pleased with myself. You know, supposed to get our backsides kicked by these young karters, but I did alright. I held our own. I think we started 2nd, got into the lead, dropped back to 3rd, and held 3rd for most of the time. But so difficult to overtake. But yeah, great fun. You know, just it's great to be out there, great to be mixing it with everyone that's here. So yeah, good fun.
Are you going to be back out?
No, I'm not going to be back out. I've got 5 very young whippersnapper karters who are going to go out there and kick everyone else's butts for me. So yeah, no, looking forward to seeing how they get on. But I'll give them a good start, and hopefully we can hold it.
Well, problems for one of the entrants, and it looks as though it's Team Forum number 2 who have deposited their karts in the barriers, so yellow flags will fly. There'll be no overtaking. Marshals push the kart back onto the circuit once more and into the pit lane. There's further changes. The Tearaways team now, number 11, Alex Brundle behind the wheel, and Alex looking to go very, very well indeed in this kart. Of course, cut his teeth in T-cars a few years ago, currently racing in GP3. Still some battles further down through the order though. Kart number 20 is Scott Mulvert, who is still looking to try and hoist himself right up into the sharp end of this grid. Also number 18 pitting, and that is the BAM Motorsport car, John Lancaster, into the pits. And handing over to Luke Wright, who's been racing in the AirAsia Renault Clio Championship in 2012. So that kart rejoins the circuit. Of course, it would have dropped down the order a little bit as a result of the pit stops. There's Robbie Savage getting some advice from his fellow driver in the Celebrities team, James Cole. Robbie Savage started Strictly Conducting as well a couple of years ago. Back to the racing, however, and you can see just how tight it is. We heard from Rob Huff just how difficult it is to overtake around this circuit, and therefore an opportunity that will perhaps just give a little bit of encouragement to the kart in front to move off the line that you want is the easiest way to get through. Huge gaggle of karts, so some of these already having been into the pits, others still as yet to conduct their first driver change. We can see kart number 1 no longer with Johnny Herbert behind the wheel. And here, over the start-finish line, looks as though it is still the kart of Oliver Turvey fighting away, still trying to keep at bay what is still Matthias Gruten, who's having a very long stint for the British rental karting team. He's much Team McLaren and Oliver Turvey. Still a long, long way to go for them before they'll pit. Kart number 20 back out on the circuit. It's the Celebrity Kart that, I say, has made good progress through the order. It's dropped back outside of the top 3 again once more now. And problems on the circuit once again. Number 2, Team Forum, having problems and having spun the kart. The yellow flags fly once more. No overtaking therefore. And when the green flag is shown, we'll get back to racing once more. But before that, we'll hear from Scott Mulvern, who's with Diana Binks.
Scott, you've just jumped out of the car during the charity challenge. How's it going?
Yeah, going very well. Qualifying wasn't so good. I think we qualified 19th out of 20. But when I just came in, I think we were 4th. So very good first stint. Yeah.
There's an awful lot of karts out here tonight, and it can't be easy to overtake on here.
No, it's very slippery. Obviously it's great fun for all us guys, but yeah, it's super competitive. And everyone's trying to. I know it's a charity and all the rest of it, but everyone's out there to win. So no one's holding back.
No one holding back at all on the circuit. A quick look at the incident between number 3 Chocktails and Team 4, and that was what happened. That was what put those karts into the barrier. An apology there from the number 2 Team Forum kart. We're back racing, however, and the kart was still going very well indeed. Number 15, the Kart Force team, Dale Leach behind the wheel at the moment. You can see the hand controls on that kart that control both acceleration and braking for the disabled serviceman. Dale Leach, who was a former Welsh Guardsman, the team being led by Ben Collins, still continuing to go very well. Into the pit lane for number 9, that's Rapid Response. We haven't seen a great deal of them so far during this one. Tiffany Chittenden, a former mini racer and former kart racer herself, also involved in that team. She's not behind the wheel at the moment. And this is the battle for the lead once more. Still, Matthias Gruten fighting away with number 6, Team McLaren, which is Oliver Turvey. But the British rental karting team, number 19, not able to squeeze their way through into the leaders yet. These are the last 2 karts almost to pit. And now, Matthias Gruten comes into the pit lane. So from second place, he brings the kart to a halt. They should be well practiced with this one, a very efficient pit stop. It's Ruben Boutens that is now behind the wheel, and you can see that the kart hardly came to a stop before he's trundling back down the pit lane. New driver on board and back into the race. So our race leader, number 6, still as yet to pit, is Oliver Turvey. He's the last driver out there that hasn't as yet been into the pits to change driver, and surely it can't be that much longer. Hand aloft. And is Oliver Turvey heading for the pit lane this time through? Yes, he is. So the race leader now comes in. They will, of course, need an efficient pit stop, as I want to get themselves back out and fighting away with that number 19 car that pitted just a lap or so ahead of them. Thankfully, they've been aided by yellow flags around the circuit for a safety kart period almost, and therefore that may well just play into their hands a little bit. They've rejoined the track now. You can see the yellow flags waving whilst the barriers are repositioned again once more. And I think for Team McLaren, that has aided their cause somewhat.
You just jumped out of that car and you're P1 at the moment.
Yeah, no, it was a great stint. We started 6th and just stayed out of trouble at the start and then kind of worked my way through and was just picking people off, but it's a really hard track to overtake, so yeah, no, great to come in at lead in at the end there. So hopefully the guys can keep us at the front.
This McLaren team are difficult to beat, aren't they?
Well, I think we've got a good strategy as well because we were waiting for the yellow flag. So I think we've got the right strategy. Hopefully.
Was it fun out there?
Oh, lots of fun. Yeah, it's awesome getting back in a kart, and especially here at the Autosport show. It's a great race. There's a lot of great drivers here, so it's good to have some battles with some good guys out there.
Pressure now beginning to mount on our race leading kart number 6, Team McLaren, because closing in is Team Stilo, kart number 13, started with Rob Huff on board. It's now got Bobby Thompson, and Bobby Thompson is looking to try and muscle his way through here. He's through, he's already taken the lead of the race. No second opportunity required there, so Bobby Thompson goes through and takes the lead away, and will now start to try and look to pull away if at all he can. The driver who finished third in the Karting Stars Junior Max Series last year. McLaren down into second place, looking as though they're falling yet further away from new race leading kart. Very easy to pick him out, those yellow overalls. And as they come in towards the complex once more, a little bit of contact there between the Cardiff University kart number 14 and Team McLaren. That's cost them further time and possibly a further place, because the number 19 kart is now not that far away. That's the kart that was started by Matthias Bruten, the British rental karting team. It's now got Rubens Boutens on board. And Team McLaren in danger of dropping to the bottom of the top 3 at the moment. Very busy on the circuit. We've heard from a few drivers just how difficult it is to overtake. And you can see again there Team McLaren getting involved. That's the tearaways. And Alex Brundle on board, who's just giving him a helping hand around a couple of the corners. Alex Brundle looking to try and unlap himself. Not quite up inside the top half dozen as yet, number 11. But he's still pushing on and starting to make reasonable progress. Now though, Team McLaren coming back under pressure again once more, in danger of dropping from second down to third place, because that car number 19 in the hands of Ruben Boutens, absolutely in the wheel tracks of Team McLaren. Problems and into the pit lane for the number 7 entered car. That's Trackstar Motorsport. And you can see again that Team McLaren still hanging on, sticking their elbows out. Managing to, for the moment, hang on to second place, but Ruben Boutens goes up the inside, takes the place away. So the BRKC team back up into second position. Of course, they have had a period of time in the lead. That was when Matthias Bruten was behind the wheel, and now fighting their way back up through the order once more. Into the pit lane and back out once more comes number 7. That is Jake Rattenbury, the reigning class champion from the British GT Championship, the GTC class, won it in a Ginetta G55 last year, the Welshman out on circuit. And here you see once more the British rental karting team fighting away, trying to carve their way through traffic. They're running in second place at the moment. The kart looks ahead of them though, there's no slouch at all. That's Alex Brundle. So the kart force team into the pits. Dale Leach jumps out. Into the kart jumps Stevie Shine, former tank driver. Great to see these guys out there and racing. Very competitive also they've been. They really have worked their way up through the order. There at the wheel of number 12, the Acuria Cos entered team is 5 times Le Mans winner, Emanuele Pirro. Great to see him. He's flown all the way from Italy as well for this event. Great support for the Johnny Herbert Autosport Karting Challenge. Of course, in memory of the late great Dan Lionheart Wheldon, raising money for the Alzheimer's Society. And, well, the man who, as we say, has won Le Mans 5 times. A black and white warning flag going out for number 14, the Cardiff University team. There they go through shot. They started on the second row of the grid. Let's head back to the pits. Diana Binks is with one of our disabled servicemen, Dale Leach.
Dale, great to see you here tonight. Are you enjoying the event?
I'm loving it. It's excellent.
What's it been like out there on the track? Because we've got a lot of these professional drivers here tonight, all saying they're coming for a bit of fun, but they like to, push you hard.
Some of the drivers are dirty. Some of the drivers is horrible.
Do you do much karting?
I've started it about 3 months ago.
Well, you're doing pretty well. You're obviously enjoying it.
Yeah, I did excellent.
Well, number 20 and the All-Stars team now has Robbie Savage behind the wheel, ambassador for the Alzheimer's Society, and he's been picking up tips from all of the far more experienced drivers in the team, and he's going very well. As he's, as you can see, just holding up a raft of karts behind him, keeping to the racing line, not letting anybody through.
Alex, you just jumped out of the car. How much fun was that?
It was mega. It's rough out there, I tell you, but we had a really good time, and yeah, we moved up a little bit as well. I missed the fastest lap by 10, so I'm annoyed, but no, we're having a great time, all the guys that are sharing the car with me really enjoy themselves, and that's the main thing. So and here raising the money and having some fun, so that's good.
There's a lot of people here
So into the pit lane for kart number 1, Herbie's hero, Johnny Herbert's team. They'll be the first of the karts to refuel. They will refuel in number order, so plenty of action in the pit lane. Don't go away though, join us in a few moments after the break. Welcome back to the Johnny Herbert Autosport International Karting Challenge, and our race leading kart number 19, still in the hands of Ruben Boutens, is going very well. They've been right at the sharp end of the order all the way through, and it looks as though he's coming in for what I suspect is a drive-through penalty. So he troubles his way down the pit lane. They have enough in hand, however. They've built up a good margin, still remaining in the lead. He looks a little bit confused as to what he's done wrong that's out there. Held at the end of the pit lane, waved back out, and still continues in the lead of the race. Into the pit lane comes kart number 20. That's former Premiership footballer Robbie Savage, the end of his stint. Receiving the congratulations from the rest of his team, handing the kart over to his teammate Neil Primrose, the drummer from Travis, a racing driver as well. Got a daughter called Lola, would you believe? So he makes his way out onto circuit, the Saltaire on the back of the race helmet. Diana Binks is with Robbie Savage.
Robbie, you just jumped out of the car. Did you have fun?
It was amazing. I'm not sure if I got a black flag though.
Well, these guys seem to think you might have done.
Well, they were knocking into me, so I knocked them back. Give and take.
It's supposed to be a non-contact sport.
Yeah, but if somebody hits you, you've got to nudge them back, haven't you? You've got to stay your ground. But it was amazing, great fun.
There's a lot of people out here tonight. It must be pretty special, isn't it?
Oh yeah, to be in the same team as these guys, and, you know, Troy Corser, it's you know, I'm not a go-kart or racer, but Alzheimer's Society is amazing.
Have you done much sort of karting racing at all?
No, it's my second time. But it was before when I played for Derby, and that was it, second time. But only 1 second down on the lap time, so it's not too bad.
Will you be back doing it again?
Oh yeah, I love it, brilliant.
Well, Robbie Savage always wanted to give it back in his footballing career. Also doing the same here at the Johnny Herbert Karting Challenge. Well, Emmanuel Pirot, kart number 12 for Courier Kart, having to work very hard here. Karting start, Connor Mills directly behind him, number 13. Connor Mills, very much a name for the future, and he's riding absolutely in the wheel tracks of the 5 times Le Mans winner. He sticks his hand up, allows him to go through, so a change for order there. Up into 5th position comes the Team Stilo kart of Connor Mills, and down to the bottom of the top 6 goes the 5 times Le Mans winner. Our race leader also there as well. That's number 19, who is still in the hands of Ruben Boutens at the moment. Ruben Boutens also trying to squeeze his way through traffic. It's all getting rather busy out there. That's number 5, which is the former children's TV presenter, the Welshman Gareth Jones, moves out of the way. Red helmet with the white stripes down the centre. And with Connor Mills, now that he's disposed of both Emmanuel Pirot and the race leader who he's managed to unlap himself from, starting to pull away, number 13. Yellow flags out on circuit once more. More barriers just being repositioned. Through shot there goes number 10. Into the pit lane comes number 12. So still some of the karts working their way through this mandatory refuelling that they all have to do. The car that's in at the moment is the Courier Cost team kart that has just been vacated by Emmanuel Pirot. He's handed it over to his teammate Joe Twynham, who's been racing in sports cars for a good number of years now. Number 14 just heading through there, that's the kart that has now been taken over by Adrian Quay-Hobbs, the winner of the MotoGP World Series this year. Right behind him, and going superbly well, is number 18, the BAM Promotions kart of Philip Rawson. It was Philip Rawson, the young karter, that set the pole position time, that put that team onto pole, and he's certainly hounding Adrian Quay-Hobbs, who himself wants to get past some of the slower traffic. Philip Rawson up the inside, on the yellow flag, so you can see the yellow flag in the background, so it looks as though he's going to give the place back again once more. Good driving from both of them. Back in the pits though is Diana Binks. She's got Emmanuel Pirot.
It's a fun event, but when you're out there, because the track is so slick, so slippery, it really requires a different technique of driving, and it's like driving in the wet. I like it. Everything, you know, every steering wheel I love, and then it's good. Coming to the Autosport show, it's a very nice thing because, you know, we don't have such a thing in Italy. So many little tuners, staff, you know, it's really for race enthusiasts, and I like it. And then you see a lot of friends around as well.
Yeah, I didn't hear that you'd flown in specially to do this tonight.
Yeah, you know, wait until you get 50, or 51 actually, tomorrow. And then, you know, I want to drive anything. I like it, and I'm passionate, and I've got friends besides that, as you can see from my face, I also enjoy it.
Great to hear from Emanuele Pirro, a legend of Le Mans, and of course a winner in the Super Touring cars, both in Italy and in Germany as well. So the squad is still continuing. Kart number 18, Philip Rawson, looks as though he has now managed to fight his way through and past ahead of the Cardiff University kart in the hands of Adrian Quaife-Hobbs. A spin there by the look of things for Gareth Jones, our former children's TV presenter, also was the presenter of Speed Sunday a few years ago. Journalist nowadays, however. Into the pits comes the Kart Force team, Stevie Shine, out of the kart, and he's one of our former servicemen, and Stevie Shine was a tank driver. He lost his leg and then was still in the army, wanted to go back out to Afghanistan again. A very brave man indeed. So through goes the Team McLaren kart. That is in the hands of Sam Michael at the moment, sporting director of McLaren. He'll also be the race engineer for Ralf Schumacher whilst he was at Williams. He's threading his way through the order, or trying to at the moment. He's just lost the position to the number 10 kart ahead of him. That's the Wheldon's Lionheart-centred team, the family team. Into the pit lane comes number 19, the British rental karting team, still in the lead of the race. This is their refuelling stop at the moment. They've been very efficient every other time they've had a pit stop, but this one, I suppose, is somewhat out of their hands. The kart is taken away, it's refuelled, and only then is it handed back to them. Still see just how tight it is further down through the order. Number 16 just heading through shot there. That is the backpack team. That we'll see David Brabham at the wheel of that number 16 kart a little later on. He's got Adrian Quaife-Hobbs sitting behind him at the moment. Quaife-Hobbs looking to squeeze his way through, number 14 that is. And he's managed to do so at the wheel of the Cardiff University kart. The next kart trying to squeeze his way through, almost pushing his way through, is Ramon Pinheiro, kart number 2. They bump again once more. And the former Formula 2 racer not able to, at the moment, carve his way through and past. Still nose to tail around this very, very tight circuit. As we say, 28.5 seconds is a good lap. At the moment, it's the BRKC team that look as though they're there or thereabouts are posted the quickest lap of the race. But it's still all very, very tight indeed. Lots of racing still to be done. Let's not forget it's a 3-hour race. And in a few moments' time, we'll be able to hear from another driver taking part. 2 wheels usually he's racing, Troy Corser.
Troy, you're here for your first event tonight. How are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, we had to practice earlier and the car wasn't feeling too good, so we made a little change and we were actually running really well, so I'm really happy.
Are you surprised by the amount of people down here?
I am actually, the level of people that are here in all different driving patterns, so it's really good. I think everyone's having a great time mixing with people and talking, and for myself it's been a fantastic opportunity to come and meet some of these people.
I know you've not been in the kart yet, you're about to get in it in a short while, but what's the morale like between the team?
It's really good actually. They decided I'm going to go last. I don't know why. I've got the least experience on 4 wheels, but no, it's really good. The whole team's pulled together really well and they're all encouraging each other. No, it's good, really good.
Maybe it's because they think the rubber might run out and you'll be okay on 2.
Well, yeah, if we have to get on 2, I probably should be out there. But no, the track's changing the whole time, so we just need to stay consistent. And I think we started last and we're up to 4th, so we're doing all right.
Okay, well, you have a good one.
Cheers.
So Troy Corser looking forward to getting behind the wheel of his kart, a winner and a champion in World Superbikes in both 1996 with Ducati and 2005 with Suzuki. The number 15 kart, that's the Kart Force entered machine that's got Ben Collins, the former Stig, behind the wheel at the moment, and into the pit lane comes number 13. The young karting sensation jumps out of the kart, Connor Mills, and into it jumps another young kart racer, that being Macaulay Austin, racer in the KF3 karting series at Super 1 throughout 2012. So Ben Collins fighting away, trying to keep at bay. The race leaders still behind. The order of the race somewhat shuffled whilst all of these refuelling stops continue. All of the karts refuelled in number order. So kart number 1 first in, kart number 20 the final one to come in, and therefore that does upset the order mid-race. Pulls right the way down through the order, and number 13, which is that car that's just been taken over by Macaulay Austin, gesticulating to his fellow competitors. In and a very quick pit stop for the number 16, which is the McLaren team. That means that Sam Michael is now out of the car, and he will be heading to have a quick word with Diana Biggs, sporting director at McLaren.
Sam, how did it go?
I didn't lose any positions, I was just told, so that's a good start. So
wasn't very quick, but I was about a second after the normal guys, so that's okay.
So are you the team strategist tonight?
We have about 3 or 4 of us, so we've got Phil Crew here, so on the pit wall, Dave Redding, Emmanuel Snow, who's our sport, and obviously Indy Lau.
Well, Oliver did a good stint earlier on, didn't he? Bringing in P1s for you, of course.
He did. Unfortunately, we came in P1 about 20 seconds in the lead because of the yellow flag. And then unfortunately we had a penalty and a few bad things went wrong, so we slipped down the order. But anyway, it's all for charity, and we're only here to have fun. We weren't out there to win it.
But it looks like everyone's having fun, but there's still a bit of healthy competition out there on the track.
Absolutely, yeah, it's good. It's a fantastic thing for the charities who are supporting it, up to Venture, and also for Dan's family. And McLaren's a team that always gives to charity, and we're doing that again tonight. And it's also it's great to just get around that paddock and talk to some of the racers and the people. It's really good. It gives you an opportunity away from Formula 1 to just get in touch with grassroots again.
Well, Team McLaren have dropped outside of the top 8 because at the moment it's still the number 19 kart that's leading overall. Warning board being held out for number 13, that's Macaulay Austin and Team Stilo. So perhaps a little bit too much contact around the circuit for the KF3 kart racer. Working very hard indeed, keeping nice and smooth heading around the circuit. And you can see the way he's just sliding the tail end of the kart in these rather tricky conditions. He looks to be going very well indeed, the Welshman. However, we'll be able to head back to the pits because I think Diana Binks has got somebody else for us to talk to.
A little bit of misbehaviour going on here and there for a bit of entertainment, but all in all, everyone's behaving themselves, and it's great to be a part of, great to be here. It's a great cause, and obviously good to benefit the Wheldon family as well. So just enjoying the day, enjoying the evening, and it's been great so far.
Welcome back, and as you rejoin us, Cox number 10, the Wheldon Lionhearts, just turning its way onto another lap. All of the drivers and family sporting different versions of Dan Wheldon's helmet, and at the moment they are holding up the kart that's there in second place overall. Team BAM Promotions, Dan Wells on board, a driver who finished runner-up in the Formula Corotte series out in China last year. He's not quite able to squeeze his way through past the Wheldon team, despite the fact that they qualified a little further down the grid than they would wish. They've slowly picked their way up through the order. All of the family enjoying what's a great event that's been put on here, of course in memory of Dan Wheldon, raising money for the Alzheimer's Society as well. And Johnny Herbert and everybody behind this event that's been going on since 1994, all thoroughly enjoying it again once more. And great to see, but there's still plenty of people spectating. So the squabble that is still going on. BAM Promotions looking as though they've just dropped away from the karts that they were squabbling with a few moments ago. Number 18, Dan Wells, raced in Formula Renault in the UK back in 2011, so he went out to China in 2012. He's got the number 13 kart sitting directly behind him now. That's Team Stilo, and Team Stilo, who've always been inside the top 8, still got Macaulay Austin behind the wheel currently. He's managed to carve his way through and ahead now, and therefore a position gain for Team Stilo.
Tiff, you've been out there on the kart track tonight. How's the event going?
I think it's really good. Mainly it's a lot of fun and we've raised a lot of money, which is obviously good, but I think for guys like us that don't get many races, we all get to race together with people you often watch on the telly or see around the pits but have never got to race with, so it's really good fun and it's going okay for us though.
Well, the atmosphere still seems quite good. I think everyone looks like they're having a lot of fun, but there's still that edge out there on there, isn't there?
Oh, for sure. We say it's all fun and things like that, but I think the amount of yellow flags and the amount of times we've had to put the barriers back together shows that we definitely still, everyone wants to win, and there's a lot of mickey taken in the pits as well as a bit of fighting on the track.
Enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's really good fun. It's such a good way to start the year, and it's just to get back into it. The winter break will be really long, so it's to get everyone together, and yeah, I mean, we're all still here at like 9 o'clock at night, so it must be good.
So back onto the circuit, and kart number 19 now with Robin Borremans behind the wheel, still continuing to lead the race for the British rental karting team. himself and his fellow Belgian drivers, of course also including the British driver Bradley Philpott, who still has yet to have his stint, been right at the pointy end of the order since the flag dropped. There's the kart in second place, number 18 currently running in second place for BAM Promotions, Dan Wells behind the wheel. But the race leading kart, number 19, will very shortly be taken over by the British driver in the team, Bradley Philpott. Let's hear from him.
Brad, your team seems to have been in the lead for quite some time tonight, so how have you managed to get the edge?
We've got some pretty decent drivers. We've got some very experienced indoor kart drivers from the Blue Star team from Belgium, so they're helping us a lot.
Aha, so you had a cunning plan.
Yeah, we've done this before, and there's no match for having good drivers. So.
Are you enjoying the event? Because there's a lot of sort of well-known drivers that we know here tonight.
Yeah, it's always great to race against people who are high profile. It's great to be wheel to wheel with some stars. So hopefully we're showing them what we can do too.
Well, a quick replay of a very sideways James Cole in the Celebrity Kart, making contact with Team 9, rapid response, raise of the hand from James Cole indicating his dissatisfaction with the kart ahead. A position gained also for number 7, Johnny Spencer in the Trackstar Motorsport team. He's managed to get himself inside the top 10 now at the expense of number 15 heading through shop there, which is the Kart Force team in the hands of Martin Compton. So Kart Force, who started down towards the tail end of the grid and brought their way right the way up inside the top 10. Troy Corser gearing up, suited and booted, helmet on, and therefore the Australian 2 times World Superbike champion will very shortly get his stint. James Cole still making gesticulations with number 9. They had contact a few laps ago, and James Cole, number 20, really is not happy. I think equally as much the rapid response team driver indicating his dissatisfaction. They continue round, however, and Robbie Savage there holding up the pit board. So James Cole hand aloft. He will head into the pits in the Celebrity Kart, and Troy Corser just about to take over the kart for what should be the final stint in this race. James Cole out of the kart, Troy Corser in, and from 2 wheels to 4, off he goes down the pit lane. Kart number 18 running in second position. They've also had a driver change a few moments ago. Dan Wells has jumped out of the kart, handed it over to the man from Dublin in Ireland who raced in the Japanese Formula 3 series for the last couple of seasons. That's Gary Thompson. He's still carving his way through the traffic. And into the pit lane for another driver change comes the Backpack team, with now David Brabham jumping on board. They've continually been inside the top 3. They were running in 3rd place prior to their pit stop. So number 12, which is the Acura Cost team now with Matt Bell. We heard from him a few moments ago, of course, when he was with Diana Binks in the pits. And he's now just getting to grips with his final stint at what has been a fabulous event that's been put on here again at the NEC. And RaceDriversInc.com have certainly come up trucks again this year with a fabulous event. Johnny Spencer, number 7, battling away, not 4 position with number 18, the BAM Promotions kart, in the hands of Gary Thompson. And at the moment it is that Trackstar Motorsport team kart, number 7, that's just ahead of what is still a continually very busy circuit here at the NEC. Number 9, just allowing them to squeeze their way through. That's a rapid response team. Also rapid response had a fairly busy race, haven't they? A few moments ago they were squabbling with the Celebrity Kart. Now they're squabbling away with the BAM Promotions. And there is our race leader, Brad Philpott, the sole British driver at the wheel of that team that's got all of these experienced Belgian indoor kart racers. And well, he is now at the moment heading on to his final lap of the race. Kart number 19, Brad Philpott. It's been a very solid performance indeed from the whole of the BRKC team. Up towards the last few twists and turns, round through the right-hander, still some traffic ahead of him, which I suspect he won't deal with. He'll just sit behind them and make sure that he brings the kart home to the checkered flag. They've got a couple of laps in hand as well over the next of the runners, the BAM Promotions kart. Here is the checkered flag. Both hands aloft for Brad Philpott. He looks absolutely delighted with the hard work done by all the team, and throwing the kart from side to side in celebration of what has been a solid 3 hours work for the whole of the team. So they come home ultimately Team BRKC 1 lap ahead of BAM Promotions, who they're in second place. Team Stilo, who started on the front row of the grid with Rob Huff, came through in 3rd. Backpack, Acura Kos and the Celebrities complete the top 6. Cardiff University, they started high up the grid but ultimately finished in 7th. And as for Team McLaren, who were right up there in the early stages, they tumbled right the way down through the orders with problems and finished in 16th place.
Guys, many congratulations. What does it mean to win this event tonight?
I've wanted to win the Autosport International Celebrity race for a while, so it means a lot.
What was the strategy?
Not make any mistakes, do as few pit stops as we could, drive as fast as we could.
Have you really enjoyed it?
Yeah, definitely.
Ah, you can speak English.
He was lying.
It's been a great event, so you've obviously really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. The karts were really nice. The track was nice. The competition was really tough. So it was down to the last 20 minutes to see who won. So a lot of fun.
Many congratulations.
Thank you. It's a packed podium here at the NEC.
Yeah, it's been a great event. You know, we started off well, started on pole thanks to digital little man here, and yeah, we had a good first stint. All going really well. Don't know where the 2 laps gap came from, but that's, you know, one of those things. But no, we're here for a great cause, great bloke that Dan was, and a great cause in every way. So everyone's happy. Good result.
Now, I watched you speeding around this track here. You were really showing some people what to do tonight.
Yeah, it was good. Obviously, I got fastest lap in the end. Pole for the team, so really pleased.
Gentlemen, many congratulations, a great event. You must be delighted to be on the podium.
Well, yeah, the race was really difficult. At one point we went back down to 6th position, but we got our way back to 3rd.
Did you all enjoy it?
Yeah, it was a really great event, especially for charity. We raised a lot of money, and it's good to know that it's all going towards a good cause.
When you get all these people doing what they've done, you know, Dan would have been very proud, and I know, as I said, he'd love to have been taking part in it. Karting was his blood at the beginning of his life. You know, he's been in a kart since he was 5 years of age, and even when he was in America, you know, in IndyCar, he raced in the championships in karting out there. So, you know, and you know, to put this, we did Milton Keynes, and to do this again, it's special, you know.
Another amazing event at the NEC, and of course celebrating the life of Dan the Lionheart Wheldon and raising a lot of money for the Alzheimer's Society.